there, coming to you not live from the Big Cat Nest. That is the Red Falcon Podcast. I am Tiger.
Lion.
Puma.
Cheetah.
Today we will be talking about JoJo's Part 1 and 2. Lion and Cheetah have way more experience with it. Me and Puma watched it for the first time ever, and Lion is not happy with us.
I don't know if we had to fucking throw me under the bus there, but
I think it's going to become self-evident pretty fast, probably.
yeah, we could have gotten there naturally, I think. But whatever. So how did y'all like part one? We'll start with part one.
Okay, I really enjoyed part one because despite it only being 9 episodes, I thought they fit a lot into those 9 episodes. The pacing pretty good. Despite not knowing the characters for a long time, I found myself strangely connected to them, and I liked them a lot. Mm-hmm. Also, within the first episode, they do a good job at making Dio just very hateable. Mm-hmm. Kind of easy to do whenever you're just literally the worst person ever, though.
Yeah, it's this thing.
Let's we don't have to slander my goat here, but so who's your favorite character from part one, Puma?
Honestly, probably Speedwagon.
Speedwagon's my favorite character too, from both parts. He's just my goat.
Yeah, I wish he was more in the second one.
Yeah.
But because he was just like, bro, this guy's him. I'm following this guy.
Yeah, he's the first he's the first recruitable companion you meet in an RPG where there's almost no reason for him to follow you, and he becomes the most dedicated ride or die to your entire lineage.
Mm-hmm. And he also gave the unique skill of being able to read people pretty good that I feel like is it Joseph was the first one's name? Jonathan, yeah.
Joseph's the second one.
Okay. So yeah,
That's fucking retarded.
Very. But yeah, I really like the part where he saw Dio and he was like, "Oh no, this guy's just a dirtbag, bro. He does it for the love of the game. Don't listen to a single thing this guy says."
Now my favorite Speedwagon moment is when he fucking melted the ice off of Jonathan's hand with his abs.
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
I think that is the first big moment in this series where we're like, this is a little gay.
Yeah, and that's right. Because wasn't it he couldn't channel the Haman because it was too cold, and so he said, "Warm him up, big bro."
Well, I mean, that was probably part of it, but there's also the fact that just his hand was frozen in ice, and he couldn't use his hand, and he probably would have had to amputate it if he didn't do that. But hormone's important. Hormone it's hands are just like lungs. They're vital for hormone users.
Everyone's going to be mad at me because I refuse to not call it Hammond.
Just call it Ripple, bro.
Yeah, just call it Ripple. Please don't call it Hammond.
It's the Hammond energy.
Dude, come on, please.
What's wrong with calling it Hammond?
It's just wrong, man. It's wrong, and it sounds wrong. It hurts my ears.
God,
It sounds like you're putting ham on or something.
these toxic JoJo fans, you try to enjoy their medium and they tell you you're wrong. You're enjoying it the wrong way.
Stop having fun that way.
Also, my favorite character is Dio in part 1.
Dia is also my favorite in part 1. I like him more in part 1 than in part 3.
Really?
Yeah.
Bro, spoiling.
Yeah, bro. What are you talking about? He's dead.
You're right. My bad. My bad.
Yeah.
Fucking, yeah, one of the best kept secrets in the JoJo's fandom.
Yeah, bro. He doesn't go around throwing forklifts.
He actually doesn't.
Oh, wait. Okay. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you don't. But Tiger, what are your broad thoughts?
I've experienced such whiplash going into part 1 because the only things I knew about JoJo, almost none of them were evident in part 1. I'm going in expecting stands and shit,
Yeah.
and it's no, we got some ripple ability, and
Yeah, we breathe sunlight.
It's not how it works, but
we got some Aztec mask.
mm-hmm.
From what I've been told from sources, Cheetah, after part 2, not very important.
Yeah, not at all.
No. I think I think Jag was trying to tell you it was.
He was.
It is not. It just never shows up again.
Why?
ever.
Why would he be saying that? It never comes up again.
I don't know.
Talking about ripple energy?
No.
No, that comes up like one time after part 2.
Oh, I'm talking about the mask.
Yeah, the Aztec
Yeah.
mask.
Yeah, ham on comes up like one more time.
And I enjoyed part 1. I think I might like it more than part 2. I like Jonathan more than Joseph.
Same.
And I went through a similar thing with both of them where unlike Puma, I started off kind of I think my problem is I started off reading the manga.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to tell you that was a slog. It was so painful.
It was a very different time. It's
Yeah.
very old.
Yeah. I got about to the part where they're going to the isolated castle village in the manga and then just restarted rewatching from the anime.
Way better as an anime, right?
Yeah, way better as an anime. Yeah, I was able to finish part 1 as an anime. I'm not sure if I would have been able to do that as the manga. But I will state some of the things that I like the I guess anime like confused me a little bit just from like the fact that it just kind of some stuff just happened that it was explained in the manga. And so like in my mind I was like, oh, that's why like the fact they the first person they encounter from like Dio's evil minions is like Jack the Ripper. While in the manga, they encounter the Chinese guy. He was sent ahead to scout. And that's how they know he started recruiting people. And that's how Dio knows they're coming, is the Chinese guy comes back and tells them. And that just doesn't happen in the anime.
Yeah, so the thing is, part of like, so like you said, you expect like stands and shit. Everyone expects stands and shit in JoJo's. And so parts 1 and 2 are the most frequently skipped parts in JoJo's. People will straight up skip the first 2 parts, start with part 3. I think that's a terrible idea.
I think so too.
I think you're really robbing yourself of some great experiences. And you also won't appreciate everything after as much.
Agreed.
I think it's really important. But there is a lot that happens in the first 2 parts that will just not be relevant again.
Ever.
Ever in the future. Outside of like Easter eggs and stuff.
Okay.
So they kind of not exactly abridge it, but they do trim some fat in a way that they don't really do in later parts. Later parts will be much more, they'll like cut like a scene here and there, but it's more like swapping it for something that they feel works better in the medium they're telling it.
Okay.
They don't really cut important stuff except for one bit that they couldn't get the rights to in part 6 that I'm still bitter about. Yeah, you fucking Cheetah knows exactly the one I'm talking about with Anasui on the way to fucking Orlando. But anyway, so yeah, I mean there is stuff that's going to be taken out, but nothing really important is taken out. They're kind of just like giving you the broad strokes that you need to enjoy and appreciate the story.
All right, but the best part in part 1 when Jonathan picks up the rock underwater and like gets the air bubble like he's Sonic.
Oh yes.
Dude. in the Blueford fight.
That shit gives me like infinite joy whenever I see it. That shit makes me laugh so hard every
So
time.
fucking funny.
I was told to watch out for that. And because of it, I noticed that it has slight references to it, like in part 2, where they draw back to it, because they say he's able to do that because he's a fighting genius. Because they're like, you do the opposite of what's expected. He dives down instead of up. And that comes up like 4 more times in part 2, where it's like Wamu would have taken a hit from Caesar, but he's a fighting genius. So instead of dodging back, he goes towards him. And Joseph, and it's like, man, the thing that makes you that divides you from just being a normal fighter to being a fighting genius is having an opposite sense of direction.
Also, can I just say thank you for saying Wamu correctly and not Whammy or...
I mean, Wamu's my second favorite character.
I'm trying to remember what you
From
called
part
him.
2.
I'm trying to remember what you called him the first time.
I called him Wazoo the first time because I wasn't looking. I didn't look at my notes. I looked at my notes and found his name.
Yeah, JoJo's is actually one of the rare series where they have all these characters, and it's pretty easy to remember their names because they're mostly just music references. Now that falls off around part 4.
Okay.
Because part 4 is where they start using the stands for band references.
Okay.
And then like the characters they'll have like thematically appropriate names for their characters, but it's more names like Okuyasu, or Giorno or Abakio and stuff like that. Where like there's no actual band reference there.
Okay.
Speaking of part 1, I do appreciate one of the things where it's just a thought I had where apparently if you're a good enough person, you should be able to overcome becoming a zombie is what I was taught from the second night. So that means that no one else in that village was a good person.
I guess.
I honestly forgot he did that.
I guess no other zombified human has ever been a good guy. Only that one knight's a good guy.
I don't think it was necessarily that he was that good of a guy. I think he just had like such an overwhelming sense of honor and duty that carried over from his past life.
You didn't know the other fucker.
Yeah, Tarkus.
Fucking,
Yeah, that guy
Fuck
was a
that
piece
guy.
of shit, man.
God.
Yeah.
I honestly didn't expect to care about Zappelli's death, but whenever he died, bro, I was like,
I got so pissed about Baron Zappelli's death because it's such bullshit. Oh, this guy could see the future with ripples, and because he saw him dying, he's like, it's fine if we show up late. No, it's not. You could have helped. If you guys were there, it would have helped. He could have lived. It's like having 3 additional ripple users won't be beneficial.
Well,
Wouldn't have changed a thing.
A big thing in JoJo is like destiny.
Yeah, fate and destiny are huge in this series. So a big part of that is like, yeah, some things are just going to happen.
Also, the start of Ripple being able to do just random shit, but only sometimes, and then Ripple changes so much at any time. Every episode, Ripple is capable or not capable of things that it was capable or not capable of the previous episode.
Yeah, I'm glad Araki dropped Ripple pretty early.
Yeah, he realized pretty early on, and that's why stands are so much stronger for his writing style, because he very much has the mindset of, this seems cool, I'm going to write it this way. And if he like writes something, he's like, I don't think that's cool anymore, he just drops it.
Because I can't tell you how much it irked me in part 2, how many times they had to bring up the fact, oh, Ripple energy doesn't work well through solids. It can't interact with solids. And I'm like, in part 1,
that was its whole thing.
That was it.
Jonathan.
Jonathan literally did a thing. Like, one of his first things when he's just barely learned how to do it is punching a cliff and sending the energy up through the cliff to knock a kid off it with pinpoint thing. And then they're like, oh yeah, nah, I can't. I have to coat this blade in oil because only the oil conducts the ripple. And I'm like, random dude was using ripple through a chandelier in part 1.
Yeah, but the oil conducts it better, and Dio's just built different.
I will say, with
He
the
needs
oil,
the extra help.
It was fun to watch him do a Dark Souls weapon enchantment with the oil on the.
Oh, yeah, he
series.
did.
That doesn't the oil wasn't used against Dio. The chandelier was used against Dio.
That's true. Well, he had it coated in oil so he could catch it on fire when he was fighting Dio.
Oh no, I'm not the one who coated it in oil to use it better was Joseph.
Yeah, in the chariot fight.
Oh, yeah. You're talking about that one, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking of Jonathan and his fucking fire sword.
No, he did
I
that.
mean,
for the-
Wamu was also built different, to be fair.
Wamu's dope. I really like Wamu.
I don't remember what made me think it, but somewhere in my notes I don't think Wamu's a fighting genius. I don't remember what made me have that thought, but he had to have done something stupid.
All right, another great moment in JoJo in part 2 is when they first come out, the like Pillarmen, and Wami like links all of the German soldiers together, like sucks all their blood out at once.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. That was pretty dope. I just love like their fucking pose and like their like dubstep theme song
Yeah.
when they bust out. Like they all just like, it's something I just fucking love about JoJo's, man. And it's more of an anime thing than it is a manga thing when they just hit those random poses.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because in what's happening is because Araki is really into fashion. Like he actually he did a collab with Gucci. He's very big on fashion.
Oh, shit, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, and so a lot of covers for volumes of JoJo's will be the characters hitting like fashion poses. And because they're so iconic in the anime, they'll just throw those poses randomly into scenes.
Yeah, it's great.
Like the fucking like the one where they're Joseph and Caesar about to fight the Pillar Men and they like fucking hit the pose where Joseph like does like the "you can't see me" thing. That's just from like a volume cover.
Okay.
And they just threw it in there. So like we just need the sauce.
Okay.
We need it now.
So I guess since me and Puma haven't really talked about it, and it's the only time we'll really get to because he's not a part of part 2, I guess we should share our thoughts on Dio overall.
Oh yeah.
Like, more than just saying he's a bad guy.
Yeah, and I will say though, actually, I do really fuck with him too because it's like as shitty as he is super cool, and I like the whole like the luck of the devil mark on his ear. How it just despite like
It doesn't come up at all.
Yeah, never.
Oh wait, really?
Yeah, no, it doesn't really come up again.
Okay, because I always thought it was like, damn, bro, this guy deserves to die, but he just keeps getting away, bro. Has the audacity to survive, and so
What I love about him is he's just so goated with the sauce, bro.
he
like when they fucking go to confront Dio, and Zeppeli is like, "You animal, how many people have you killed?" And he's like, "How much bread have you eaten in your life?"
yes, no, that line hit
Hell
hard.
yeah, dude.
I feel like the only real 2 character traits I've gotten from Dio in part 1 is aura farming and
Yes.
evil. There is
Dio-
nothing else to his character
Dio
in part 1.
invented aura farming.
He really did. Like,
Yeah.
like back in the fucking like what would have been like the early 80s?
Yeah.
when he was
I think
created.
it was the late 70s, actually.
Yeah, it
maybe.
probably was late 70s. Because I mean they were already doing part 3 by like mid 80s. But yeah, I mean way back then, Araki just knew. He was like he basically invented aura farming. And he gets no credit for it.
And I almost thought it was set up. A part that I really liked about part 1 and part 2 that quickly became one of the things I hated the most, because at first I was like, oh, this is set up really well, was how it felt like it was setting it up to kind of have like the foil where Dio was pure evil just for evil's sake, and then giving the bad guys of part 2 more like emotions and making them more human, until he just decided at the end to go, actually, all that stuff I showed you, that was all a lie. The main the guy, he is just evil.
Yeah.
It was all those weird scenes I showed you where he's like wouldn't stop on a flower, wouldn't hurt a puppy. That was all just bullshit to make you think I was doing a thing for no reason, to slip on it and be like, nah, he's just Dio light.
Can I disagree with you real quick?
You can.
So I think what you're missing there is there's a parallel with Dio. When Dio first starts off, he's like a shitty person with ambition. He has a goal. His goal is to get this money and live the life he thinks he deserves, and he'll fucking stomp anyone that he thinks he has to do it. And then when he becomes a vampire, then all of that is like paltry to him. You know, all of a sudden he's not a human anymore. He's above humanity.
True.
And so he's like, okay, well now I'm destined for everything. I'm getting everything. And he doesn't really have that. He doesn't have that hunger that he did before, because at that point it's just an expectation. It's an inevitability that he's going to get it. So he's more patient. He doesn't have that same drive. It's a more cold evil than he had before. And that's why he legit says when he's putting on the mask, he says, "I'm throwing away my humanity, JoJo."
Yeah.
And so there's a similarity in Cars in part 2 where he has respect for all these different forms of life because they're all special and unique in their own way. They all have gifts that he doesn't. But when he uses the mask or the Redstone of Asia and he becomes the ultimate life form, then it's the same thing. He has no reason to value or respect them because he can do everything they can better.
You know, that I would be with you, except his character change happens before he uses the mask.
Not really. I mean, you have like an underhanded side of him.
No, like his entire discussion. The thing that made me have that is the entire discussion he has with Joseph when they're fighting with Lisa hanging, which is before he uses the mask.
Yeah.
What in particular are you talking about?
When they're like fighting, that's when he like gives his whole spiel about, he was like, I actually don't care about anything. He was like, he's like, I'm just evil.
No, it's things that he doesn't really care about codes of honor or anything like that.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of what sets him apart from like Wamu.
Yeah, like he's underhanded, and that's, I guess, there's a dishonesty there, and that he was presenting a facade of like a noble, honorable guy. But all that other shit was shit he was doing, like when he saved the dog and killed the humans, because he doesn't think anything of humans. Like, he did that without anyone watching him. There was no like cover or ruse there.
I actually don't care for Cars. I think he's probably my least favorite villain in
I
JoJo.
love Cars.
See, I see where you're coming from. That's just not how I perceived it, and that's still not how I
Because
perceived
in
it.
Cars, didn't he talk about how he purposely left Lisa just barely alive to fucking just dangle it over like Joseph's head?
Yeah, for leverage.
Yeah.
So that Joseph couldn't fight at full strength.
Also, why is Wamu the third-ranked one when I think Wamu's the best combatant? Like, Wamu puts up the most fight. Like, why is he third when he was like goated with the sauce?
Was he third? I thought he was
Yeah,
second.
he was the lowest one, and because like he was ranked third, because then when they first come up, he accidentally like attacks one of them out of like thing, and they're like, "Oh, we forgive you."
Oh,
And he's like, even though you're attacking your better, we forgive you because you're our best soldier. And it's like, why is Wamu third? What?
I think just because he was younger.
Yeah, I think he is the youngest of the three.
Okay.
Yeah, like Santana was younger, and
Thank you, Jag.
Get the fuck out of here.
yeah, what the fuck? Yeah, this punk ass motherfucker. Oh, I'm too busy to do the podcast. You can use my space to do the podcast, but I can't do it. But I'll just fucking pop out and say some shit off mic that no one can hear.
Okay, so
What? What do you got to say?
I say, yeah, fuck Lion twice. Actually, nothing.
They can't hear you.
They don't need to. Just fuck you.
What a bitch.
Yeah, bro.
Oh man.
Also-
what were we saying before that piece of shit interrupted?
I was just talking about Wamu being goaded with the sauce, and then that was going to go to me going like their powers, where I was like, that was another thing where it was like, it's just like they just have that is like where they're like they just have their own element, which I guess
Yeah, wasn't Car's element light or something? Or
it was light, but then like his main thing was using metal.
because I know he had like the blades or whatever, but like
He was like
Well, the blades are technically bone, but because they're superhuman, they're like stronger than metal.
and they helped him reflect light.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
did that have something to do with? Because I know he was like able to make people look like him. I wasn't sure if that had anything to do with like his light
Yeah.
ability or not.
And then Wamu was wind,
Yes,
which was just the most useful.
bro was an air compressor and knew how
Yeah.
to use it.
Like, oh, I can make my wind bend around me so sunlight doesn't hurt me. And then AC/DC was fire, which kind of sucked.
Hey, I liked AC. I thought
I
it was
thought it was really cool how he like heated up his own blood
yeah.
and used his veins as like whips and
Every
shit.
time I saw that, my only thought was Dio's freezing was so much more useful.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
it's Dio. But
yeah, I mean, Dio is just built different.
Yeah, and I'm also
Like
saying-
Dio could probably have held his own against one of them, and he's just a vampire. He's
I-
just that guy.
And I also really liked about with like Dio's freezing how it was like the antithesis to like ripple energy, how it's like the breathing and like the I don't know.
I hated his freezing power just because of how it was explained how it worked.
well, I don't mean to spoil anything. Never shows up again.
Good because they were like he because when they first they're like he evaporates all the liquid inside of himself to instantly reach freezing power. It's the way they explained it, and I was cool with that until he started spamming it, and I'm like, he's not getting more liquid. He's not getting more liquid back? How is he spamming the ability?
You know, I won't lie. I totally
And
Didn't catch the explanation. I thought it was just he's undead and it's like the cold touch of death.
No, they explain it. They're like he's evaporating all of it in such a quick speed that it lowers the temperature in the area to below freezing because he's getting rid of all the moisture in his body at that point because he has full and total control. He has such full and total control over his whole body that he can manipulate it to such degrees that he can instantly evaporate all the liquid in his body at an instant to cause a freezing temperature. But then he just keeps doing it. And I'm like, he never replenished the liquid. Then I was like, maybe he's doing it using the liquids in their body, but then he does it to a sword. And I'm like, that sword didn't have liquids.
All right, Tiger. So the thing you have to realize about Araki is he will read like a fun fact in a porno magazine and he will be like, I can use this.
Look, it's just like, I would be okay with random shit happening if it was never brought up. But the thing is, they go into such detail about why things are happening that I keep that in my mind and I shouldn't because it's immediately thrown away.
All right. Yeah, that happens a lot.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I give like a really minor spoiler for parts 3 and 5?
Sure.
All right. So in part 3, when they fight this guy, Jay Guile, his same power is like mirrors, right? And so Polnareff is like, how are we supposed to fight this guy when he's stuck in the mirror world? And Kakyoin, one of the other Joe Bros, is like, man, come on. Think this through. There's no such thing as a mirror world. There's got to be a more logical explanation than that. And there was. His powers did not work through the mirror world. And then in part 5, there's a guy whose stand is the mirror world.
Yeah, he just has a mirror.
He has a mirror world. So, like, they won the fight in 3 through deductive reasoning, but the deductive reasoning was just flawed. It was just wrong.
Okay. Hell yeah.
In Araki's defense, he didn't know yet.
Yeah, he didn't know yet that he was going to write, like, fucking 20 years later that there is, in fact, a mirror world.
That was another little thing in part 1 where it's just how many other shows I've seen do it, where when Jonathan, is it Jonathan or Joseph in part 1?
Jonathan.
When Jonathan is in the fucking weird chain thing fighting the guy where I'm like, why would this ever have been created? Where they were like, this is where we duel. This is where knights dueled. And I was like, what? That would...
That's right, because they were both chained up in like a small area.
Yeah, it's like you put the chain around your neck so that you're like pulled to each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it makes me think of like those duels where like the two dudes would hold on to the cloth and like a dagger in the other hand.
Yeah, and they're like, and when they're trying to get into help, and Zappelli's like, my ripple's not strong enough to break the steel door. It could only break stone. And I'm just looking at all the
stone around
it, the door, and I was like, you could just go through the wall. And it's like, no, there's a little hole over there, but only a small child could fit through it. Instead of me using my ripple to break the wall, I'm going to help you get to that hole, and you got to go in and open the door.
Bro, what do you want? Poker to have fucking nothing to do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You say that, and I would agree with you, except for the fact that in part 2, they introduced Smokey, and he has nothing to do.
Okay,
Yeah,
also, I won't lie, bro. Where the fuck did Smokey come from? Like, he suddenly was at the fight with cars, and I was like, who is this kid?
I love how
was
like they
chilling with
just tell him
Speedwagon.
everything too.
Was
Like
He was introduced as, like, I thought he was going to be Joseph Speedwagon. That's what it felt like it was set up to be.
I love how
he wasn't. He did nothing.
my favorite part is that he just somehow knew that Lisa
Was his mom?
Yeah,
was
no,
his
they-
mom before.
No, it was explained to
It
him
was
on the
explained-
flight over.
It was
Okay.
Speedwagon gives him like
no,
the
it
full
wasn't.
run-up.
It
yeah,
wasn't
but he
explained-
knows before Joseph, and I
Yeah,
just
no,
think
it
that's
didn't.
so
No,
funny.
Speedwagon didn't tell him. It was discussed that what's her name? The grandma, Elisa,
Or something like that.
Jonathan's wife.
Yeah.
It was explained that while having tea with Smokey, she told them their entire life stories and history, including stuff that she did not tell Joseph.
Arena was her name.
Yeah, okay. So it wasn't Speedwagon that told him. It was explained that
That's right.
that
Because
having
he was staying with Granny Arena.
yeah, and so to spend time, she just told him all the deepest, darkest secrets of their family.
Yeah, that is one thing I don't understand. Araki's obsession with giving the JoJo like a black child to follow them around.
So that's
That's not really a thing.
But
In the
Smokey,
first 2 parts, it is.
Poco's not black.
Yeah, no, he's not. He's a little white English boy.
Oh,
Yeah.
But Smokey is my argument to did you want Pokey to do nothing? Yeah. He could have.
Yeah, he could have. Do you think Smokey's a stronger character for that?
I think he's the same level.
I think, hey, Smokey did give us one thing. When Joseph says, Nigger Lundayo, Smokey. Couldn't have that if Smokey wasn't there.
True.
oh man, I just remembered another one of my favorite parts from part one when like Jonathan's fighting the one zombie with like all the snakes on his face. he
Flexes to get the poison out. Yeah.
he flexes.
Yeah, like all those
poison
snakes
out.
bite him, he just like, and just like flexes and all the venom like shoots out.
Wait, well, doesn't he say that he uses like the ripple energy to like course it out of his veins or something?
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, but I
Something
just,
like
But
that.
yeah, he did. Yeah, he just flexed.
He just flexed it out. That's what it is.
Yeah, the supportive ability of ripple energy healing you really fell off in part 2.
Yeah.
Did they ever use it at all for that in part 2?
No.
Yeah, no, ripple energy became like so much weaker in part 2, but like more varied.
Yeah, I mean that was where Araki was trying to experiment with it because he was like, for part 1 he was basically just doing like a riff off of Fist of the North Star,
Okay.
and for part 2 he was like, well, I want to do more with it.
and then after that, I was like, I don't want to do this ever again.
Yeah, he was like, I tried to do more with it and I don't feel like it worked well.
Yeah.
And so then he invented stands.
Well,
And stands fucking revolutionized the shonen manga game.
It did. I love stands.
I mean, without stands, you wouldn't have fucking Hunter x Hunter. You probably wouldn't have One Piece.
What?
What do you mean, what?
I mean, I guess I just haven't seen the stands yet. How would?
We wouldn't have Persona.
Wouldn't have Persona. I mean, stands, you gotta think, stands came out in the 80s.
Okay.
And that was like the first time someone wrote something like that, where there's just a broad power set with kind of very vague rules that could just do pretty much anything. I mean, you got to compare it to something like Dragon Ball, where you have Ki, and Ki lets you fly and power up and shoot lasers.
Okay.
That's kind of it.
but I mean, like Key's been around forever.
I mean, yeah, Ki's been around forever, but stands haven't been around forever. That's kind of my point.
Yeah.
Dang, I can't wait for you guys to get to part 3.
Well, I think final thoughts on part 1. I think we've basically, I mean, like, is there much more to say about part 1? I think even now the majority of the things we said about part 1 has been in reference to part 2.
There was that weird like dog with the human head that Dio made.
That's true. Yeah.
Oh, actually, that does make me think. Dio was a terrible planner in part 1. His plan was like Kuro levels of planning, where it's like, dude, it's so much easier if you just like he adjusted where he then was just like, yeah, I'll just live with them and I'll still be good and everything. But his first thing when he's getting there and he's like, I must mess with his mental in order to begin. It's like, you didn't need to do all that.
He was sending a
You
message.
You just went out of your way.
He was sending a message.
Well, he doesn't want to share is the thing. He doesn't want to split the inheritance. He wants the whole inheritance.
Yeah, I feel like a better plan would have been like, I'll just poison Jonathan.
Well, he was 12 at the time.
He poisoned his dad like a year
I'm
before.
going to be real with you. I forget they're 12 at the beginning because
Yeah.
they do not look 12.
and the reason he's there is because he poisoned his father.
Yeah, but I feel like it's
Yeah.
easier to poison your alcoholic father than it is some kid that barely knows you.
I don't know. Jonathan was pretty stupid. I
He was
think it would
pretty.
have worked.
He was pretty trustworthy. I can't lie.
Yeah, he could have just made him dinner one day and
He could have, yeah.
Cause Jonathan frustrated me so much when they're in college, and he's like, I guess I had to have imagined that he killed my dog and bullied me because he's been really nice. I made that up, right?
yeah, we played like football together or rugby.
We're star rugby players, and like he gave me a high five. He couldn't have killed my dog. I must have did that in my mind. And it's like, no.
Yeah,
I mean, come on. He's going to school to be a lawyer. Has a lawyer ever been a bad guy?
And then they try to convince me Jonathan's like a smart archaeologist, and I'm like,
He's just a trustworthy guy, man.
yeah.
Yeah, he's very trusting and honest and noble.
oh, actually, my last thought on part 1 that carries over to part 2 is I hate the fucking eye thing.
I think.
The where he explodes the blood. He shoots
Oh, the
pressurized
Space
blood.
Ripper stingy eyes.
He shoots pressurized blood
yeah.
out of his eyes, and it's like the most powerful single target attack in
I
the
love
world.
it. I love it.
I wish it showed up again. Like that's the one thing I do wish actually showed up again.
Same. Like, dude, if Dio remembered he could use that in part 3,
I think he would have won.
he would have won.
He was too busy aura farming.
God, he was.
Because that's why I did like it, because I was like, that's just the OPest fuck, where he's like, yeah, as just a head, I've figured
I
out
just
my most
cannot-
powerful attack.
Jimmy, we have to watch part 3 together.
Okay.
We have to watch part 3.
You messed
together.
up.
Why?
You said my name.
Yeah, you
Oh,
dead
fuck,
named
I'm
him.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to dead name you, Tiger. I got too excited. I
Yeah.
got too excited thinking about part 3.
Yeah, part 3 is pretty great.
I love part 3.
It's a little bloated in the anime, though.
It is, but like I can always go back and rewatch. I think it's the most rewatchable part. Like I love it.
I think part 4 is the most rewatchable.
Really, I think part 4 is kind of slow.
I like the slice of life vibe
I
that you
get it.
get
Well,
from it.
before discussing part 3 and part 4 that me and Puma have not watched, let's get on to part 2.
Yeah.
And I will say, I'll give one prediction right now, since I do know Dio comes back. I really like the dynamic talking about how like they're brothers and how like, you know, Jonathan said something about like, I feel like our destinies are tied together deeper than you think. My prediction is Dio takes Jonathan's body to come back.
Mm-hmm.
No, what?
I've already been spoiled, so I'm not gonna.
Yeah, since they were in that chest together, it's like, ooh, I feel like they're gonna actually become one, and Dio's gonna jack that shit.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Cheetah immediately spoiled it with his reaction to
Yeah,
it.
and then like it'd be crazy if he like had kids. and so they're Dio, but also of like the Joestar bloodline.
Yeah,
Dude, that would be insane.
Yeah, that would
Yeah.
be crazy.
Yeah, that doesn't happen.
That's not one of the. It's so hard to. I feel like if you're deep into the anime manga community, like there are some shows where it's just like so hard not to be spoiled on
Yeah,
things.
like there was
Like-
no way for me to not know Ace was gonna die.
Yeah, like there's no way for me to know that Dio does not come back. Like it's like I know he's gonna come back. Like I'm not gonna. I can't be tricked into thinking, oh man, he died in part 1. I
Yeah.
guess he's gone.
Yeah, like there's no way to read Dragon Ball today and be like, huh.
Oh shit!
I wonder why
Goku's-
this kid has a tail.
Goku's dead. The Dragon Ball Z. Goku died. He's just dead.
Yeah, what?
It's
It can't happen.
Yeah.
There's some things that you're just going to know.
yeah.
yeah.
Aerith dies?
Oh man, dude, you can't even say that shit though because people still get so pissed off.
It's literally like a 25-year-old.
I know, but people still get so pissy about it. I don't know why. I don't know what it is about that game. It's fucking decades old, and there's still going to be some guy that's like, dude, I swear I was gonna start playing it next fucking week. I promise. But now I won't because you ruined it. I don't know. But yeah, so part 2, interestingly, both of y'all said that y'all like Jonathan more than Joseph.
I also like Jonathan more
Yeah,
than
I just
Joseph.
like
crazy
the
to me.
nobility and
Yeah,
kind of
I
he's more
like-
humble.
I'm a speedwagon kind of guy. I'm like I would follow him.
I
Where
would
it's like-
follow Jonathan too.
Where it's like he might not be tricky or anything, but I know he's gonna have my back.
And Joseph, like, he talks about how he hates cocky guys, even though he's like cocky.
Yeah, I love that about him.
I don't know. I mean, it's
He's like he's a huge hypocrite.
I do appreciate his fighting style more than
yes.
Jonathan's
It-
though.
Dude, I love his clacker volley.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I've been working on the railroad.
Because Jonathan's like just, like the most basic, which normally, like I'm a fan of characters like Luke Cage and stuff because normally I really vibe with like the basic, I'm really strong, I punch stuff. But at the same time, it's just so fun where your fighting style is literally, I'm a street magician. Every fight, I'm going to do a different type of street magic that's somehow going to win me the fight.
All right, I do love Joseph's fights though.
And
So, I mean, what I love about Joseph is he's the kind of like anti-hero that you really still pretty much never see. Where like, yeah, he always does the right thing, but he's like dragged into it kicking and screaming.
Yeah.
And you have shit like, so he'll do all this tricky shit, right? Even when he's being noble, like when he fucking like gets Wamu away from the others in that cave, he has to like pretend like play dead and like crawl away until he makes it to the mining cart to take him away. And there's that other time where he's fighting Straizo and Smokey's there and he's like trying all this shit and nothing's working. Smokey's like, wow, Joseph, what are you going to do? He's like, don't worry, Smokey. I've still got 2 tools left in my arsenal.
Hell yeah.
So he's like, what do you mean? He's like, I've got these 2 strong legs. He's like, what are you going to use those for? He's like, I'm using them to get the fuck out of here, man.
Yeah, he was very fun to watch. Yeah, and whenever he literally pulled out a fucking gun, I lost.
Dude, it's so sick.
It really reminds you we're in America now.
Yes.
Yeah. Just pull out Tommy gun. Has like fucking 8 grenades on him.
Yeah. Bro, when he takes out the shot glass and like Straizo uses the eye beams and he like
You read her into the shot
yeah.
glass. It's so awesome. It's so fucking sick, dude.
World's strongest shot glass.
You know what I love? It's so stupid when fucking Straizo uses like the space ripper eyes and he like gets Joseph. He's like, I got you. And then Joseph's like, no, you didn't get me. And he's like, what? How did I not get you? You're clearly shot full of holes. He's like, no, actually, that's a mirror. I'm behind you. Should have spent some time in the city, you rube. And it's like, he would have heard Joseph behind him.
Yeah, but I just attribute it to the fact that I think Straizo fucking sucks.
he does.
So retarded,
I was
yeah.
like, dude is inting.
Like,
Like the entire thing, I was like, you had a knife, you were the head of the order. It was
yeah, it's kind of funny. Like, he does nothing in part 1.
Yeah.
not true. He's the one who puts Ripple into the chandelier.
Okay.
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 Oh wait, I just remembered another part from part 1 when the one dude like gets his head cut off and he somehow like shoots the rose at Dio with Hamon. He's literally a decapitated head, but he can somehow breathe.
Well, yeah, because Ripple energy. At least that's how I explained it to myself.
Yeah. It's Ripple
That
energy.
was more believable to me than in part 2, where the random soldier gets cut in half and then gives a full minute like dying monologue.
Yeah.
And it's just random dude Paul.
Bro, it's just German science, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
You know, I do. It's interesting. Araki had I think he had a very interesting take on the Nazis.
I hated it so much.
Oh my God. A Japanese guy in the 70s had a different take on Nazis. Like, you know,
My problem
kind of
is
natural.
I would have been fine with the way he used the Nazis and the rest of the season if he didn't introduce them so comically evil.
Yes.
Yeah, it was pretty entertainingly evil.
Like he
But
shows
that-
up.
okay, but
He shows up by introducing them with what's his name? Strawson?
Stroheim.
Stroheim literally is surrounded by slave women and is like licking them.
No, actually, he doesn't lick any of them. One of them cuts him while shaving, and then he has her lick the wound. And then he threatens to cut her tongue off with the razor.
Yeah.
Look, again, I honestly forgot this happened.
Dude,
I just
don't
remember
care.
how cool he is.
Stroheim's still my boy.
And then we
I
go to
fucking
the,
love
and then we go
Stroheim.
to the Nazi gate guards who are like making the women like, yeah, bend over, let us look before we gotta check you deep.
Bro, and
Okay, but you need that. You need that for the amazing cross-dressing Joseph,
Yeah.
which I
yeah.
love so much to this day. I still use my cross-dressing Joseph mousepad.
I
Yeah.
get that and I appreciate that, but I'm just saying if you're gonna do that, I can't accept you then going, these are actually on the good, these are good guys.
Redemption arc.
Yeah, it's redemption art. Like, he gave up. He was going to give up his life, bro.
Yeah, but like it was more, he was still giving up his life because he was like, this is a threat to my fatherland.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can respect that.
Yeah.
Which I mean, like, it's a redemption where his character didn't change at all. Like,
You know, yeah, that's yeah.
Bro,
like it was just that he was no longer in he was no longer in the situation with the free will to act like that because he had to lock in. But the moment after they won, that bro went right back.
Yeah, he claimed the top evil spot again.
Cheetah, we already know what's going to happen. We're going to get to part 7, and these fuckers are going to be slandering our goat, Funny Valentine.
Bro, I love that's my president right there.
Bro.
That's my fucking president.
That's my president.
I will say the Lucy part was a
Oh my
little
God.
weird.
Actually,
A dude tries to rape one 14-year-old, and all of a sudden, everything good he did is out the window.
I was about to say something. I was about to go, what you forget, Lion, is that my main issue is that I hate them because they're not Americans. Is I'm very pro-American. But then you brought, I'm not sure if I'll be able to forgive trying to rape a 14-year-old.
Hey. To reference what we were saying earlier before the podcast, just wait and see what happens, and you'll be ashamed of your words and deeds.
I don't know. Like I like Funny Valentine, but I don't know.
Because it's in the
Hey. When you think about it, she was going to rape him first.
Okay, it's even more crazy because listeners, before the podcast, we were talking about how that didn't work, how that phrase was not correct, and it's stupid to use
It
that
still
phrase.
doesn't work.
Yeah, it still doesn't work.
Still does not work.
It still doesn't work. It's still a really heinous thing that he was going to do.
But even going further, I'm like, you could have picked any like military because they're in Mexico. Doesn't have to be the Germans in Mexico.
It didn't have to be, but I mean,
kinda
they were going
funny.
to Europe anyway. He wanted to throw Stroheim in there for that sweet reveal when he comes back as a cyborg.
Yeah.
And it worked. I thought that was hype as fuck.
Yeah, I did too.
I also I love Stroheim's reasoning when Joseph's is like, but why were you doing this? And he was like, we weren't just doing this for curiosity. You see, we found 5 others and we were curious about them and we found this one. So we decided to investigate this one. And it's like, that's still just curiosity. It's like,
Also, again, I love how it's like, yeah, we found 5 of these. Never shows up again. They're never talked
you
about.
see 3.
Yeah.
I guess there's 2 more out there.
Also, isn't it pretty crazy how these like really extravagant and alien like caves are just no one found them before the like this time period? Like no one ever stumbled upon them.
I mean, we still find stuff in caves to this day.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, it could just be where anyone who did previously had just died or something.
Yeah, because
Yeah, I
I
guess
mean,
you're right.
let's be fair. It's actually pretty rare to have you have to be someone like Speedwagon, who is an oil baron, to have the resources to just be going around searching through caves.
yeah, I
guess you're
mean, we
right.
had like a general location for Troy for, a couple thousand years, and we found it like last century.
Yeah.
Okay.
But oh man, part 2.
I love part 2.
There's I like, again, my favorite character overall, part 1 and part 2, is Speedwagon. Part 2 has my second and third favorite overall characters, which are Caesar and Wamu.
I think Caesar was also my favorite part 2 character.
Caesar was really cool. I like Wamu and Stroheim better.
Actually, even though I don't think Joseph is a better character, or I like Jonathan better, I do think Joseph's probably second best character in part 2 though.
He's solid, bro.
He's good.
He's awesome.
And I'd have to say, in part 2, one of the like I really enjoyed it. I think, God, I hated the ending though of part 2.
I also
loved
hate
it.
I hate the ending. I hate the ending. It's so stupid.
It was-
I
That
love it.
That
It
shit
felt like all of a sudden I was watching Looney Tunes. And
You were kind of watching Looney Tunes the whole time. You just didn't realize it.
I don't know, because I guess
but like it felt before, it was like I was watching Looney Tunes where there was a foundation, and then we got to the final fight and the foundation just fell out, and it was like, we'll just throw anything, we'll just throw shit at the sea.
Tiger. It's fate, bro.
And
it's real
It's
here.
destiny.
look,
It's
bro,
they
the
can't.
fact
No one can see where you're pointing.
the fact that Joseph knew where a Nazi plane was, that the Nazis were surprised was there.
He's just that. That's his battle IQ, bro. His battle IQ is that high.
Joseph should have died too.
What?
No.
Look, the whole thing, because
Okay, when you watch part 3, you will actually be ashamed for your
Yeah,
words.
you
and
will be
deeds.
ashamed. You will be so ashamed.
I'm not going that far. I didn't want Joseph to die. I just wanted I wanted them to break the gym. I thought it was gonna come around where it was gonna be like the gym was needed to defeat them.
It was.
It wasn't. No, it wasn't.
It was.
How?
Things wouldn't. We don't know how things would have gone. We know.
They killed 2 of them without the gym. They could have killed him without the gym.
We really don't know
And
that.
the gym played no part in him killing him.
Yes, it did.
It let him win in the fight, but that wasn't what killed him. What killed him was the volcano and launching him into space.
Also, he
Yeah, because
doesn't
that was
die.
fated to happen.
Like the
The
only
whole
thing,
thing was a prophecy.
the only thing that gave him an extra boost was the gym let him launch him into space,
Yeah, and that's
which
how.
he wouldn't have needed to launch him into space to kill him if he didn't have the gym.
But everything that played out the way it did because the stone was still in play.
We're just gonna go back and forth because you can't convince me of this because with you just saying it's fate, I think that's stupid.
Yeah, and part of fate, one of the reasons I think Joseph should have died was because like they talked about how like the JoJo's they always die young, and so I felt like part of fate was Joseph dying at the end there.
So that's the thing about Joseph. He is actually kind of.
Oh, so
and
he's the fire of fate, but he couldn't break the gym because of fate.
So there's one thing.
You're-
There's one other character like this, but Joseph is actually just too stupid to die.
Oh, huh. Okay.
He actually unironically is.
God, I really just thought they were gonna be like, yeah, we've tried breaking the gym, but we can't. But they're like, no, we could have broke it, but some random person gave us a prophecy saying we needed it.
Wait,
And the
Well, didn't
prophecy worked.
Lisa mention that they needed it to?
Yes.
Yeah, she said a prophecy. She was like, I don't know the specifics, but someone said a prophecy. So we're still searching for a way. It said we can only kill them with it. And then the moment you kill AC/DC, you should be like, oh, we can break the gym now. We can kill them.
Well, I mean, it's more like they needed it to win. They knew that they were capable of killing them because they killed them before in the past.
Had they?
Yeah, I mean, other Pillar Men were defeated by hormone users in the past. I mean, most of them were defeated by cars. He slaughtered most of them. He kind of genocided his own people. But beyond that, no, there were hormone users that were capable of killing Pillar Men.
Then again, they should have broke the gym.
It just had to happen like that, man.
Also, I was like, man, AC/DC threw so hard because he was like, that's right. I turned into Joseph's future wife,
Susie Q.
Susie Q, to distract you guys so you couldn't find out about me sending it on the boat. And I was like, why would you tell them you sent it on the boat? Now they have
Yeah, he fumbled, but he thought it was too late.
like
He was trying to aura farm, bro. Just
I mean, he would have probably been right if not for the Nazis. The Nazis really came in clutch.
also the 2 instructors sucked so hard.
The instructors in part 1 and 2 just really didn't do much.
Yeah, no, they
Like,
yeah.
Like they just show up to die, and in part 2 they get even less screen time. Like they literally get a montage, and then one of them dies.
Yeah.
yeah, they're pretty lame.
the other one should have died and Caesar should have lived.
Yeah. Also, I won't lie. One of my biggest gripes: Joseph basically just disrespected Caesar's dying wish and just made his sacrifice worthless.
How?
Because Caesar died getting him that ring, and then he didn't use the antidote until after he beat the guy. So he could have just gotten the ring after he killed Wamu.
I mean, it was more the gesture.
Yeah, that he spit on
Yeah.
and said, "I don't need your gesture, Caesar."
I'm gonna beat him myself.
Yeah.
You didn't need to do shit, Caesar.
And because also I knew I got spoiled about Caesar's death, but I still really enjoyed the story about how he as a Sapelli slowly started to realize what his actual fate was, and he fell into his fate and sacrificed himself for JoJo, just like his grandfather, just for JoJo not to
And
take
you
his.
see, just like with his grandfather, I was like, this is such bullshit because literally 2 minutes after Caesar leaves, fucking Joseph and Lisa are like, we got to catch up to him. And then somehow they take like 20, like they let him go through an entire like 10-minute fight. It's like
Okay, hey. This is just one of those anime things, like Namek with 5 minutes to explode.
like,
Yes, that
yeah.
you know, fair. That's fair.
True, but I will state this actually going back to part 1, this was another thing that I was like, it really just threw me off. And I now just quote with the Joestars are the worst people at rushing in their lives, because I love when they're walking to the city and they're like having this conversation where they're like, we have to get there fast. We can't waste time. And they're walking at the most leisurely pace. And then they go, we gotta, you're right.
They gotta save their breath, man. It's important for their attack.
And they were like, you're right, we need to rush. And like Speedwagon makes a move and I'm like, oh, he's starting to run. And he just did like a little hop step and then just went back to leisure walking.
Yeah, I mean, they have to conserve their breath, man. It's really important.
Breathe in, breathe out.
Yeah.
Yeah, what if they get to Dio and they're like, give me a second, man. I need to catch my breath. Then Dio's like, all right, I got you. I can wait.
Look, when they get to Dio, they're going to have time to catch their breath because Dio has to go on his 5-minute monologue about how awesome he is.
Okay, but he is that awesome.
Yeah, he is that
He
awesome.
is pretty awesome.
And they know he's going to do it because they've encountered him like 5 times and he's done it every time.
Yeah, but his monologues are so breathtaking that they need to have like extra breath in their lungs.
Yeah, it's true.
I have in my notes just the Zappelli family is the most fucked over family line in the show.
Yes.
Yeah.
It doesn't get better.
No, it doesn't.
And
It
also,
never gets better.
I will state, finding out that that he had a son makes Speedwagon taking Baron Zappelli's hat and keeping it kind of fucked up is like, that probably should have went to his son.
Yeah.
Again, to be fair, Araki did fuck up by making Caesar exist.
Yeah. So you wouldn't know this, Puma, because you didn't read any of the manga, but originally Zappelli had no family. He like abandoned a chance at having a family to dedicate his life to Ripple and hunting vampires. But then in like the very next part, Rocky was like, nah, I want another Zappelli here.
Hell yeah.
And so we just retconned that.
I mean, I fuck with Caesar. I'm glad he did.
Yeah, no, it was a good call. But so at the time when Speedwagon took his hat, there was like no worries. And to be fair, in the anime, how's he going to fucking find this dude's family?
Yeah.
The only thing he knows about him is that he's from Italy. You know how fucking big Italy is?
Especially like in the 1800s. Like, how are you going to find anyone in Italy?
Yeah, for real.
Oh, also, when we were getting Caesar's backstory, I was like, bro shouldn't have forgiven his dad.
Oh yeah.
Because he's like,
Yeah, I mean,
he got abandoned.
He got abandoned.
and met him, and then he died like 2 minutes later.
yeah, and he was like, I understand why you had to abandon me. And I'm like, he didn't.
I mean, it's a personal sacrifice.
Yeah, bro touched a wall and became one with it.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
You know, a pretty big meme in the JoJo fandom for a long time came from that flashback because they say that Caesar committed every crime short of murder. So everyone's thinking like, dude, just name a crime and he's done it. Like fucking rape, jaywalking, fucking anything, bro. Fucking drunk driving, he's done it.
That wasn't a crime then.
I'm pretty sure it was.
Nah.
I'm willing to bet it was.
Nah, it was a pastime.
It's a pastime now, and it's still illegal.
I'm gonna start looking through my notes about some things.
Okay.
And I will say, I was actually part 2 did a really good job at picking up from part 1. Like I felt like story beat wise, it was very well executed, and there was no like confusion between. I feel like a lot of like animes between like, which I guess they are like one season, but like a lot of times there's like some slip up in the transition. And so I thought they did a good job at introducing like more masks and like new enemies.
We talked about Caesar so much, but I just have to say, I find it disrespectful that none of the other users fucking used bubbles, because that just seemed like the most OP and best way to use the power. Like, look, Lisa's scarf fucking sucks. She should have bubbles.
I mean, Lisa herself just kind of sucked.
I wish he would suck.
Bro, it felt so like it was so like I knew she was his mom because that had been spoiled for me. And seeing how much he wants to fuck his mom,
It's so good. It's so great.
like the scene where he's spying on her in the bath.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That makes it way weird.
And then when he finds out it's his mom, he's like, I guess I can't fuck her again.
No, he had a way stupider reaction where he's like, whoa, if you're my mom and my mom was on that boat like 50 years ago, then you'd have to be like really old.
And then immediately he's like, I guess I can't fuck her. I guess I'll fuck her maid. Closest thing. he's like,
Susie Q was a baddie.
Fuck yeah.
yeah.
Bit of a ditz, but
And
No.
I think that's how Joseph likes it.
Yeah, I will say. I feel
I
like
don't know, bro. I mean, there's another special lady in his life, and she's a bit of a firebrand.
Yeah, I think he just likes a varied
He just, bro,
portfolio.
I still
he
just
likes them all.
I still just think it's because she had a connection to his mom, and he was like, God, I really want to fuck my mom.
hey, put on this black wig.
You've been around her enough. You can do the mannerisms. Talk to me like my mom.
Call me a good boy.
I guess, bro.
But I will say all the romance parts always came off like super cringy and like Redditor like.
Yeah, it never gets better.
Yeah, no. Iraqi kind of
Sucks at love.
he does. He can't really write it from experience because his own love is very perverted and degenerate and doesn't fit like the tone of his series. He's just a really perverted guy.
Speaking of love interest, I was fine with her in part 1, Jonathan's, but in part 2, as the grandmother, figuring out her reasoning and actions that she took because of Jonathan dying to Dio made me go, God, she int so hard, bro. Finding being like, I'm not gonna teach my son who's talented in ripple energy because I don't want to get into this. And then he dying to a low level zombie because you refuse to teach a talented man ripple energy. And then you get a grandson who's also talented and you're like, no one can train him. Don't train him. You know how much easier everything would have been if he would have had training?
Yeah.
And
She's human, bro. She makes mistakes.
She made the same mistake twice. Learn. She reinforced her mistake. Her son died to the zombie, and then she's like, I really can't teach my grandson this. It keeps killing my family. And I'm like, your son died because you didn't teach him it.
Yeah.
Now, to be fair, George Joestar did kind of like insert himself into it. Like he got directly involved in it.
Yeah, that's kind of what the Joe Stars do.
It's almost like that was his fate.
So maybe maybe you should prepare them for it.
Fuck you, Puma. It was his fate. Yeah, that was his fate. What do you want me to be like? Oh, fuck. Yeah, he died. I guess he wasn't fated to do that. This is where my mask slips. I'm like, no, fate is bullshit, and it never comes up again. No, it's like the only fucking thing in this series that comes up repeatedly.
Yeah.
And because when we talked about it off podcast, you guys were like, I thought he wasn't talented. So I had to go back and look it up. And no, it is stated. It's like, no, he was really talented. He would have been great at Ripple.
Okay.
He's a fighter pilot.
Yeah, I mean, that was pretty solid, pretty respectable.
I do like how she's like, look, he can't learn this Ripple stuff, but going into war, that's cool.
Yeah. She's like, man, teaching him. The Ripple energy would have also helped him in war. There is no downsides to knowing Ripple.
he probably could have used it to fly a plane.
I mean, honestly,
Yeah, probably.
I could see it.
You know what's important for a pilot? Being able to breathe in bad G conditions.
Mm-hmm.
Would have really helped his breathing.
I guess, yeah. Puma, you got any other thoughts while Tiger reviews his notes? Any other shitty takes?
Oh yeah, hold on, give me a second.
Caesar talks about how he was he's been a street rat and everything, and he was like, I've lived on the rough side of things, and he's like, I've learned. Then he's like, I've put all this practice into this, but he doesn't know a single defensive. He doesn't know any actual hand-to-hand martial arts.
Does any JoJo know any actual?
He's not a JoJo.
Well, I mean, I guess any character in the show is I don't know if you ever see any martial arts in general though.
It really feels like he should have trained in some.
I mean, it was Italy in the 30s,
Yeah. because he was like bragging about it. And then I think like someone just like popped him, and it was like, and like knocked him on his ass and it was like out of a stance. And it was like, and he was like, damn, I don't know any defensive martial arts. And it was like, bro, you've learned, you had time.
Yeah, he should have been a little scrappy at least.
The bubbles were in theory enough. If he wasn't so arrogant, the bubbles would have been enough.
I don't know what made me put. I really hated Lisa's scarf. There's so much shit talk about this scarf. My favorite one is she don't got pluck. She has a scarf.
Yeah, but the scarf is like really good.
Tell me one fight she won with the scarf.
Didn't she only get in one fight and lose?
No,
She wiped out a bunch of scrubs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, remember there's that guy that could turn his hair into spikes.
No, I don't remember this guy.
Scrub.
He was a scrub, but
She was basically doing the things that others were like one punching. She instead did it with her scarf.
yeah, like she just like walked by the dude and just like draped her scarf over him and then just like fucking disintegrated him.
It's so crazy because my notes are so far through, and just the only other thing that gets as much hate as the scarf is I'll just occasionally have in here, man, Strizo fucking sucks.
Okay, what's crazy to me here is Caesar also really got into one real fight and lost with the bubbles.
Yeah, but he almost won.
He's cool.
Because he might have lost the fight, but he at least got his goal finished and got that ring to Joseph.
Like it was really like it was like
Okay, that's another thing. The ring was not the sole gift. He also gave Joseph the rest of his hormone energy,
Yes,
which
just
Joseph accepted.
and like
That was really the main gift.
and his fight was really a balancing act. It could have like went either way. Lisa just got dunked on.
Yeah.
Well, she did pick the main villain.
That-
She should
yeah,
pick the
true.
Who was weaker than Wamu
He was
until he put on the mask.
he was not, but
Yeah, he was not weaker than Wamu.
I think Wamu would have took him.
From what they
You
showed,
think
I really
wrong.
do feel like Wamu would have
Yeah, like because even him, he was like, I think at one point he literally says Wamu is stronger than him in a fight. He says that verbatim himself.
I mean, maybe in like a duel.
Maybe actually, I don't. Because I know he was talking about Wamu on the sideline while they were doing the fight. I don't remember him saying that.
No, this was when it was near the mansion part
Okay.
where he was like talking about Wamu, and he was like, Wamu's even stronger than me in a 1v1.
Probably in like a face-to-face, like a fair fight, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cars isn't fighting fair.
Yeah, but Cars, like his whole thing is like misdirection.
I shit talked the Nazi cyborg a bit because when
Come
he's
on, man. That's my boy right
because
there.
when Joseph is chasing because he shows that he has lasers, and then like when his legs get cut off he still has the lasers, and he's like yelling at Joseph to catch up to Cars, and I'm like, dude, shoot lasers at Cars, you could help. And instead he's just like, Joseph, go faster. You can do it. And I'm like, you have lasers, you can help. Like, you have a ranged attack.
I think he did enough. He did enough. He brought out that sick Gatling gun. He fucking
with the headlamps.
he broke Cars's fucking chainsaw blade arm. Pretty impressive.
I got why leg sweep a cat, bro.
Because he's a dick, bro.
Because Iraqi loves to torture animals.
He kind of does, yeah. That's the thing you'll see come up a lot. That's why it was supposed to be such a big character moment when Cars saves the dog. Because Iraqi's go-to when he's like, I want to immediately convince people that this guy is the lowest scum on earth. He has them kill a dog.
He does, and brutally too. Like it's never just like, oh, I'm gonna stab this dog. It's like brutal.
And I'm starting to question his character.
Iraqi?
Especially now I'm hearing about this raping a 14-year-old thing. Like, he's writing some stuff. You're telling, and from the way you're defending, is that guy supposed to become a good guy?
No.
Okay, good.
No, but I mean, in this series, you kind of have to get used to guys like appearing and being a total piece of shit and then getting beat up. And they're like, oh, well, bygones be bygones.
Yeah, I guess my worldview is wrong.
I have a lot of stuff about the chariot fight because I thought that was like the coolest thing ever.
Oh, it
I
was so
love the
sick.
chariot fight. My favorite part is that I got where Wamu like fucking gets mentally broken and he has to like break his eyes.
Poke his own eyes out.
Because my comment on that was Wamu don't got that dog in him, but he knows how to deal with his yips.
Yeah, bro. Like I remember
It's
whenever
like-
he poked his eyes out and he's like, I don't need to see. I see air better than light.
And
it's
then he
like,
becomes
what?
a unicorn.
Yeah,
He like
grows a horn.
and it's like man, Wamu knows he don't got that dog in him. He's like, I'm not mentally strong, but I know how to deal with it. I just gotta poke my eyes out. I developed a system.
No, what about when he's just ahead and the other vampires are like, hey, Joseph's weak now, we can all take him. And he's like, not on my watch, fuckers, and puts himself into the fucking huge ass crossbow and launches himself at them.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
That's so sick, bro.
I have Wamu is dude perfect trick shotting.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
That
And
was such a good fight.
Which I guess like that's part of it. Like he's just unpredictable. But we're fucking when Joseph immediately hit him with the exact same trick shot.
I got really disappointed at one point in the fight between Wamu and Joseph because I thought it was going to be a callback because Wamu's like, I have a move you cannot defend against, and I was fully expecting it to be the ultimate leg kick thing from part 1, but instead he does arm rockets. And I was like, oh, man, that sucks. I wanted him to go.
You thought he was going to hit him with a Thundercross split attack?
Yeah, because he described his attack. He was about to do in the exact same way. And I was like, oh, it's a callback. And then it wasn't.
It would be kind of sick if he did, though.
I will say, I guess back to part 1. I forget, it was one of the mentors who did the attack on Dio where he did the double kick into the.
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, that's the dumbest move ever, in my opinion.
It literally it works every time.
Except when it didn't.
Yeah, it kind of didn't work every time.
I love how
It kind of failed in the 2 most significant appearances.
Nah.
When he used it on Jonathan, it failed, and when he used it on Dio, it failed.
Yeah, like I remember seeing him do
Works
that
every
shit, and it's
time.
like I was like, well,
He
that's
said
a
it.
bad
He
idea.
said so. You're telling me not to trust him? It works every time.
I am telling you not to trust him. I mean, he's the other half of Strazo, who you definitely shouldn't trust.
God, I hate Strazo.
Well, you know,
This sucks.
they're
I
two
don't know
halves of
anyone that
one
likes
whole,
him.
just like Loggins and Messina. You have Dyer and Straits.
Oh yeah, I have on here shitting on Lisa when she gets taken out by cars. She should have sensed the Viking winds, bro. That's basic. That's basic Ripple strategy. She should have sensed the Viking winds. Is the first thing Jonathan was taught.
The Viking winds are not in Italy.
She should have sensed them.
Those are they're on the Mediterranean Sea. The Viking winds would be in the North Sea and the Baltic Sea.
It was because I was like, man, the first thing that they taught you was sensing your enemies around you, and she gets fucking attacked by a guy hiding behind her. Never would have happened to Baron Zappelli.
Yeah.
I don't know that that's true.
He would have had his fucking wine glass and would have been like, there's another cause. My wine sensed it.
well,
No, you know what he would have done? He would have been like, oh, this is where I'm fated to die.
Oh shit! I guess
Actually,
I die
it's
now.
not, so he would have won. They should have woke cars up earlier.
well, in
I
Lisa's defense, though, Zappelli does get ripped in half, and she lives.
That's true.
Yeah, because she gets pity. She gets used as a fucking,
Hostage.
yeah.
Yeah.
Look what I got, Joseph.
I mean, she does, to be fair, and to give her some credit, she did train Joseph to be a Hamon master in like 3 weeks.
Yeah, because how talented he is. That's more on him.
I think she deserves some credit for that.
I mean, like a major part of the learning process was throwing him in a fucking hole. And
Yeah.
him learning by climbing out of the hole. I think anyone could have done that.
Zorro wouldn't.
I was also the entire time I was like, just punch your fist into the wall.
That would have been cheating, though.
He cheats all the time.
Yeah.
His thing is cheating.
And every time he tried, it bit him in the ass on that tower. Like, that tower was designed to be uncheatable.
I also love When Cars fucking plays the guitar with Lisa's leg.
Oh, okay, that was funny.
Yeah,
I
that's
like that.
awesome. What I really love about that is that electric guitars weren't invented yet.
It's also so out, and like it came from nowhere, and
Yeah,
it's
just
like
wing.
Yeah, like it took me a second to realize what he was doing. I was like, what is he about to do to her? And then I saw him like doing the riff. I was like,
Also,
what?
I don't think, even if they did exist, I don't think Cars has been around long enough to know what an electric guitar is.
Yeah.
He just really likes legs.
But the thing is, like, there'd be some plausible deniability at least. It's like, oh, well, you know, maybe he saw like a street performer while he was hanging out in Switzerland or something. But no, they just weren't around yet.
then I have Cars as just a Disney princess, bro. Leave him alone. When he's like calling the squirrel to him, I'm like, he's just the Disney princess. Leave him alone.
And then he eats the squirrel.
No, I think he like explodes it.
No, he makes the other squirrel, and the
Yeah.
squirrel eats the other squirrel.
Yeah, because then I have bro got Monty Python by a squirrel.
Yeah, but bro, when he fucking turns the squirrel hand into a butterfly and it flies off.
And then Stroheim goes, "This is my fault." And I wrote, "Yes, I agree, Stroheim. You are to blame for a lot of this."
Nah.
How could he have known though? Like he caught it. He caught it and tried to call it off, but it was just too late.
And then I made a joke about Cars having a small penis because he's like, I am a classic Greek statue.
I guess. Bro.
Also, I guess so. I remember the first guy that they found from the statue or whatever. Like he had like that weird ability where he could like meld into people. But I feel like,
Santana, they can all do that.
well, yeah, but I feel like they never really do it because I know Wamu does it. Sorry.
Wano.
Well, you see Kaido.
Yeah, like because like I know Wamu, he did it like with the horse some, but I just feel like they never really used that like ability if there's a whole lot afterwards. I don't know.
It's not that useful against Hamon users.
Yeah, it's like
Because
the
remember, he
one
tried
person.
it against Santana. Tried it against Joseph, and he couldn't.
Yeah, it's like the one person doesn't work on. But
And that's all they fight.
true. Yeah, I guess so.
I also appreciate that as the perfect being, he still can only survive in magma for like a few minutes,
I mean, yeah, bro. I mean, it's still magma.
which means Akainu beats Cars.
I guess.
It's his weakness.
I do think I kind of could be Cars.
It's his weakness. He can only survive for minutes.
I mean, I feel like that's enough time for him to like kill him, though.
How?
Fucking chainsaws, anything.
That doesn't work on Akainu.
What would work on him?
Well, he has to have hockey.
He has to have hockey.
It's the only way to fight a Logia user.
Wayne
Come on.
Gretzky bodies him.
Yeah, true.
He couldn't use like ice on him.
This ain't Pokemon.
That's not his. No, he couldn't because that's not his element.
What he has to have an elemental weakness though, right?
No, I meant Cars can't. That's not Cars' element. Cars' element is light. He doesn't have ice.
When he's the ultimate life form, I'm pretty sure he could.
Dio could beat him.
Ice isn't a life form.
He could do the exact same thing that Dio did though.
Why didn't he?
I don't fucking know, man.
He
can't.
doesn't have that dog in him
Because-
like Dio.
Yeah, he's just not Dio, man.
'Cause
Like he has the
he's-
ability, but not
Because
like
you see, he can't do everything Dio can because he's the perfect life form. Dio exceeds beyond life forms.
you know, you're wrong, but I agree with you anyway. I agree with you anyway, because Dio really is just that guy.
He's that guy.
God, I fucking love Dio so much. He is like, I don't even want to reference it 'cause it's from part 3, but there's just a line that's so perfect to describe Dio. You remember, you know what I'm talking about? Cheetah from the in-duel fight? The blind dude?
Yeah.
Yeah. God, I fucking love Dio so much.
And then I have that Cars is the least lucky motherfucker ever to flow through space and not hit something.
I disagree. I mean, space is very empty. I think it's very
But
easy
it literally
to...
says he does it for all of eternity and never hits anything. And I'm like, never?
I mean, it really just says like for a long time and eventually he stopped thinking.
And then my final note is Joseph hating the Japanese is so real.
It is. It's very real.
I'm
Yeah.
skipping all of my notes on because I have like 3 full paragraphs just me talking about how much I hate the final fight.
But I will say, Joseph has kind of like a love-hate relationship with the Japanese.
Because I was like, man, Cars literally was just like I hated the animals he was choosing.
You didn't like the piranhas?
No, I literally in my notes have why pick a fish for an aerial assault?
Because it was sick. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was kind of cool.
And then I was like, why of all the shells pick an armadillo shell to stop bullets? Which they don't.
But did it work?
Yeah, because the last fight was just bullshit and anything worked.
But it worked.
Crab shells somehow let you survive in magma for a few minutes.
Bro, you got to read the same porn magazines as Araki, dude.
It really is. It's like the most pseudoscience motherfucking shit where he's like, pretty sure this is how it works. And it's like, dude, you could have Googled it and it would have told you no.
He couldn't have Googled it
Yeah,
at
Google
the time.
didn't exist.
Skill difference.
But I will say Google does exist today, and it doesn't get better.
Yeah. It might be worse now. Yeah, honestly, I think you could trick the algorithm. It would like read JoJo, like a JoJo wiki page or something like, yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, there's just so much bullshit like that, man. I don't know. Like when it comes to JoJo's, you kind of just have to appreciate the vibe.
Yes, and I can.
You kind of have to accept, like, yeah, I know it doesn't really work that way, but he put in the work to like try and bullshit it. You know, you got to respect it.
I just believe it when I read it. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like, yeah, that makes sense.
It's like literally.
Yeah, zero gravity does make you piss yourself.
See, it's such a thing because it's also it bothers me because it happens so much because also it's the one thing I hate when it happens even in One Piece. Like I hate it when it happens in One Piece. I'm not gonna like it when it happens in fucking JoJo's, and it happens so much.
Yeah.
So like at the very least, I'm not being a hypocrite because the instances where like it happens in One Piece, I'm like, that's stupid. That's not how that works.
It just works,
Yeah,
man.
man, it's just fiction, bro.
Yeah, bro, it's not that deep.
Yeah, but in fiction, you can make new rules. The issue is you make the new rules and then immediately break them. Don't make the rules.
Well, the thing is, Araki will make the rules, and he'll be like, "Oh wait, no, I don't like how that rule works," and so he'll just he'll just make a new one.
Yeah.
You know what? Based.
I unironically think it is based.
Yeah.
I think it works really well for his writing style. I think it's so cool how he is willing to write something, realize that it didn't work how he wanted, and just move past it.
And you mention it, he'll just move on with the new way.
Yeah, he'll just move on.
And
like for part 3 when he was just like, yeah, Hamon, it's just not working how I want it to. So I'm going to take the same characters or like the same world, and I'm just going to create an entire new power system. And it works.
And I can see how that can work for some people, but it's just a personal pet peeve because again, it's in everything. I just don't like when that happens.
Mm-hmm. I definitely think there are people that don't pull it off as well as Araki does.
Agreed.
I'll say for because I also expected stands. I actually really enjoyed Hamon Energy whenever I watched it, especially in like part 1 with Jonathan. It definitely, like, at some point I got like some almost paladin vibes where he was a man harnessing like light energy to fight undead.
I liked Ripple Energy so much in the anime. I hated it in the manga because there was so much reading. It was like 2 full pages of very dense text of him going into very in-depth detail how this power worked.
And then like none of it really matters.
None of it mattered.
None of it matters.
And it exhausted me so much.
Yeah, I also really liked how it was like the source of it was like the breath of life and how it's like, antithesis of Dio and his undeadness now.
Mm-hmm.
I just honestly the dynamic just between Jonathan and Dio is just my favorite.
Oh
part of
yeah,
the
it's
whole
really
And
sick.
I can't remember what it was that happened in part 2 that made me think of it, where they had like someone was holding something and they were like using it to defend themselves, and they were like, how do we get to him? We can't hurt that thing. And I was like, literally the first way they showed Ripple working is punching through a
the
frog
frog.
and it not hurting the frog.
Yeah.
And suddenly they're like, Ripple's gonna hurt whatever it goes through.
Again, look, Araki just does this. In part 5, he literally specifically made it a whole point where he's like, Giorno's ability, if you hit it, it'll like reflect back on you.
Yeah, so like he'll create animals, and whatever damage you deal to the animal he creates is reflected back on you, and it comes out in one fight. Well, technically 2, I guess.
Well, when we do future JoJo parts, just know a good part of it is gonna be me. I'm not gonna let it rest. I'm gonna bring it up.
Okay.
Like,
All right, that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
You can let the smooth brains like me and Puma enjoy it. All right.
which, overall, I did like it. I enjoyed it, but and you say smooth brains enjoy it. Puma might be too smooth brain from how angry you're getting at him before the podcast.
a little
Just
bit,
because
yeah.
I didn't remember it started in Mexico.
Yeah, this motherfucker.
It didn't start in Mexico.
Yeah, it didn't.
You're still wrong.
It started
This
in New
motherfucker
York.
came here, sat down, ready to talk about this shit, and he didn't realize that Caesar is Italian.
Yeah,
No,
the
his
blonde-haired,
exact words were,
blue-eyed guy.
all of them are English.
What? Motherfucker, you have blue eyes.
From my dad, non-Italian dad.
You're Portuguese, dad?
Mm-hmm. French and Portuguese.
You 2 Mediterranean countries? Okay, all right, cool. Just curious.
Yeah.
All right. I'm sorry, Lionel Messi. What he's a redhead, right?
The soccer player?
He is a soccer player.
Yeah. He's no. Ronaldo's Portuguese. Messi is
Argentinian of
Okay.
Italian descent. And he's super ginger.
Also, now to think about it, since it happened like twice, where both the Zappellis did it, wouldn't the more effective way for the Ripple order to be for all of them to have their Ripple training to then when they find the one really talented guy they've picked, shouldn't they all give all the Ripple energy to that one guy?
yeah, but they can't do it
because
too
then if he
soon.
loses, like, you're kind of fucked.
I mean, everyone else is getting one-shotted anyway.
Yeah, they have to get one-shotted first to realize that they ain't built for it.
Yeah, they gotta build the bond first so that like I don't know.
Also, Meloni, the prime minister of Italy, she's blonde.
I'll take your word for it.
You could also Google it, but I mean, yeah, like Italian people can be blonde and blue-eyed.
Any kind of people can be anything, really.
I disagree.
Yeah, Elon Musk is like West African.
South Africa.
Yes, South African.
Just one of the regions.
Of, I'm pretty sure, British and Afrikaner, which would be Dutch descent. But what the fuck ever. Anything else we want to say before we close this out?
Pluck should have been passed down as a family heirloom.
How?
I mean, fuck, she got the baby out of there.
I think the baby was more important, personally.
Yeah, you're right. Jonathan's body should have been taken.
Okay, but to be fair, she tried to take Jonathan's body. She would have found Dio in there.
You're right. She should have taken Dio's head.
Actually, was
She
Pluck?
would have died.
Did they even bring Pluck with them on the boat? This was afterwards.
doubt it,
So,
yeah.
So yeah, it should have just been passed down among the family.
He probably just left it there.
Like,
He's
it was probably
like-
left with Speedwagon.
he probably just left it at Dio's castle. He's like, I don't need this shit anymore.
Honestly, yeah.
Fuck this guy.
Yeah, it's like, man, what a real tool.
It just honestly, it's probably somewhere in a Speedwagon vault. He feels like the guy who collects everyone's memorabilia. It's like, oh yeah, this is a Pelly's hat. This is Pluck.
It's also so funny how she saved.
This
the
is my
baby from
slave
the
boy
boat.
Smokey.
Yeah, how like she saved a baby from the boat and said, "Oh yeah, you're gonna bang my son."
Yeah, that was her. That was her master plan. She's the real bad guy of part 3.
No.
When this master plan
Instead,
gets revealed.
instead she did something worse. She took a baby and said, "I'm going to send you to be raised by the worst motherfucker alive, Strizo."
Oh yeah.
She didn't know.
She should have.
She
The
thought it was
vibes were bad. Strizo never had good vibes, bro.
I mean, neither did fucking Dyer, but you're over here sucking his dick.
Who?
The Thundercross split attack guy.
Bro doesn't even
One-
remember him.
Well, yeah, no, because he's unimportant. It's the attack that I fucking love.
He created the attack.
Sometimes sometimes an artist creates a masterpiece and then they never achieve success again, and they're not that great.
Yeah, bro. I don't
But
know
that
who painted
one
the
ma-
Mona Lisa.
But that one, but that one masterpiece, you're like, damn, that was good.
Yeah, like the Buggles with Video Killed the Radio Star.
Exactly.
Okay.
He's the Buggles.
Anything else? You want to sign us off, Tiger? Well, first, I'll say parts 1 and 2, peak fiction.
Agreed.
Yeah, very good. I did enjoy it.
All right, well, with that, yeah. We can,
Okay. It's my thoughts on it is the same where I see it and I understand why people could pick something like this as their favorite anime, even though it will never be
that's
that
me.
for me. Like it's in the same ballpark as, like when I watch Dragon Ball or One Piece, where I'm like, it's understandable to me why people would have this at the top. But for me, it's still just One Piece. Well, this was another episode of the Red Falcon podcast. We're signing out from the Big Cat Nest, and we hope to see you here again next time. Remember to like and subscribe. I gotta start saying that. I should probably say that
And hit
somewhere
the
in
bell.
like the middle.
Hit that bell.
You'll start a hype train.
we're not big enough for a hype train. You have to be a certain like size channel for that.
Damn.
Get Mr. Beast to sponsor us.
Yeah, to fucking spam Mr. Beast comments. Say this guy lying on the Red Falcons podcast said he's a retard that doesn't get One Piece. He's a fake fan fucking poser.
Yeah. I'll get him to do a thing where he gets a bunch of small podcast channels. And he's like, whichever podcast channel can continuously record the longest runs $1 million. Last
would
one to
not win
stop
that.
yapping.
We would not win that.
I don't know. We're pretty good. We got numbers. Most podcasts are like two people. We can take shifts.
I guess. Yeah.
Yo, wait, you're onto something.
Yeah, you might have cooked there.
And like normally, yeah, it's hard to get us together, but it would be for $1 million.
Yeah, I think this is really impressive what we've done here, Tiger. We have managed to make a tangent out of the outro.
Yo, we're the best at tangents.
Do you want to finish out the outro?
Yeah. Also, listeners, if you'll notice, all of our tangents went to full completion because someone wasn't here to be a grouchy grouch and stop them.
Damn straight.
Again, like, subscribe, come listen to the next episode of the Red Falcon podcast, which should go out on Wednesday, even though it didn't last time.